2024. Not only football is coming back to Munich, also the Smart AE. Have a look at the mic. Delta, this is an indication. What will I do today? I will spend the day with Delta at their booth to check out the latest innovations. And I will also have the chance for a couple of expert interviews. Curious? Let's have a look. Now we are arriving at the Delta booth. Our first topic are inverters. I'm here with the specialist, with Marion. She's a business development manager at Delta. One global trend is clear. Commercial and industrial applications are becoming more and more important. How is this actually reflected in your product portfolio, Marion?
Absolutely. The rise of C&I installation is a significant trend, and our PV inverter portfolio is reflecting this shift. For instance, our 50, 70 and 100 kilowatts inverters are specifically designed for C&I applications. They operate at 1000 volt DC and 400 volt AC and support 6 up to 8 MPP trackers in a fuseless design. Each MPPT supports 2 strings. They are designed for versatile installation options. They can be installed due to the side entry cabling on the wall or optionally on the ground for enhanced flexibility and efficiency.
We are all extremely excited. You are launching a new product here at the Smart AE. I'm referring to your brand new 100 kilowatt M100A Flex inverter. What does it make so special, Marion?
We are very excited to launch here our new M100A Flex. What it makes stand out is its innovative design and comprehensive feature set tailored for the C&I market. It's compact, light, and is at a very low noise level and has many advanced features. For example, single string monitoring and IV curve measurement for top-notch performance and reliability, and more advanced features such as built-in arc fault detection, Q-by-night function, and reverse polarity protection for enhanced safety and efficiency.
Everyone wants easy installation. How do you do this?
The M100A Flex can easily be commissioned via Bluetooth or RS485 and also has an optimized active cooling system for easy maintenance, and also integrated are overvoltage protections type 2 on the AC and DC side. And on the DC side, they can even be exchanged by overvoltage protections type 1+2, which is more and more inquired by insurances. And this overall ensures an easy maintenance, a robust performance and reliability.
Is it already available right now?
Yes, the M100A Flex is available on our stock in Europe, and we are thrilled to introduce it to the market and believe it will have a significant impact on the C&I solar installations.
Let's switch to utility applications. Marion, what are the biggest challenges that our power grids are facing?
One of the biggest challenges our power grids facing today is the integration of a large volume of renewable energy sources to the grid while maintaining stability and reliability. As more solar power is added to the grid, managing the variabilities and ensuring a consistent power quality is becoming increasingly complex. Additionally, protecting the grid from issues such as voltage fluctuations, harmonics, potential faults is critical.
Which role do inverters play to manage the stability of our power grids?
Our inverters play a crucial role in ensuring grid stability by providing reactive power based on voltage levels managed by monitoring systems. And they feature functionalities to address issues such as voltage drops, which are essential for maintaining grid stability.
You have more new kits here at the Smart AE. You have also launched the new M225HV and the M350HV inverter. What are their features?
The M225HV and 350HV inverters are specifically designed for utility scale applications, and both are high voltage inverters. They operate at 1500 volt DC and 800 volt AC, and they support 8 up to 12 MPP trackers in a fuseless design. for managing diverse solar arrays.
Interesting. Tell me a bit more.
Our utility scale inverters share many of the advanced features I mentioned before on the CNI inverters. And what is new here, that they have an enlarged MPPT power design and support a global MPP scanning function for increasing yield performance, mitigating the effects of partial shading. For enhanced safety, they have an automatic DC disconnector switch integrated, and also they have a dedicated AC wiring box for easy installation. They have a built-in waveform recorder, which is capturing and saving wave gridform data. And they also support Bluetooth, RS-Wi-Fi, and PLC for seamless integration of monitoring systems.
Thank you very much, Marion. When it comes to managing grid stability, inverters are important, but there's another key lever. I'm referring to energy storage. Let's move over there. Let's talk to an energy storage expert. Guy is a solutions manager at Delta. He's also responsible for energy storage and the interplay of energy storage, the grid, and energy management systems. Guy, let's first focus on the grid. There are so many things happening at the moment on the generation and on the consumption side. Could you give me an update about the status and also a small outlook, what is happening?
Sure. Well, firstly, thanks for joining us. Yeah, let me start by saying that we're in the middle of an energy transition towards net zero goals. And that means that more and more PV and wind power plants are coming online and essentially replacing conventional power plants, which is absolutely the right way to go. It's happening quite well so far. But that change comes with its own challenges. And I'm happy to say that we are showcasing here quite a few solutions to those challenges that come with the energy transition.
Which challenges are you actually referring to?
Well, I could probably name a few. For instance, as we know, sometimes the sun doesn't shine or the wind doesn't blow. Sometimes at the same time, which is what we call a Dunkelflaute. And in those situations, other assets, other power generation assets in the grid must pick up the deficit, or there must be some sort of flexibility in the grid to deal with that. Perhaps another challenge is that almost all of PV power or wind power that has ever come online, ever been commissioned and has ever been used worldwide has been of the grid following type, which means essentially that these power plants are less able to cope with instability situations in the grid, and they might disconnect rather than help the grid be brought back to stability. So in that situation, we might need flexibility, such as energy storage or grid forming power plants, actually. Then perhaps a third point is that the more we move away from internal combustion engines and fossil fuels and towards electric vehicles, the more electricity demand there is. And the rate at which EVs are being adopted and EV charging comes with it is much faster than the ability of distribution utilities to upgrade their grids. So another point that needs flexibility is there in the distribution grids to cope with the increased amount of electricity that's needed for EV charging.
Which role do energy storage systems play in this context?
So energy storage can offer the flexibility that is needed in many challenges that the grid faces. And battery energy storage systems can act and react very quickly to demands that the grid might have.
In your product portfolio, you have solutions for utility and C&I applications. What does your solution make actually unique?
We're Delta Electronics. We've been developing, designing, and manufacturing power electronics for over 50 years now, 50. So we know a lot about it, and there's a lot of power electronics in energy storage and more in the grid as a whole. And we try to bring that know-how, experience, and knowledge into our products.
Which applications do you actually cover?
We cover from small C&I, commercial and industrial facilities, to large multi-megawatt utility scale projects. For instance, we have PCS100HV, which is an energy storage inverter or power conditioning system that has quite essential features for energy storage solutions. And I'm talking about energy storage in general, not only batteries, so not only lithium-ion NMC LFP, but also redox flow and the sibling of PCS100HV has been used and is being used in even fuel cell power plants. So that's one component of a solution that we can deliver. And we can also deliver in terms of scope an integrated package, so an energy storage system with this or other PCSs, the battery cabinets, the battery modules inside, of course, and DC combiner boxes as a package to our customers. And this solution, specifically for the C&I case, we call it the C&I energy storage solution, which we are showcasing here today as well.
Guy, let's talk about utility scale energy storage systems. What are you actually offering?
So for the utility scale market, we have also either the integrated package or components that will then be integrated in energy storage solutions by our customers. And if we start with the components, I would like to mention here that we have, for example, PCS1500 series, which is an energy storage inverter that ranges from 1 megawatt to 1.7 megawatts of power conditioning capacity. This PCS can also be delivered as a part of the medium voltage PCS solution, which goes up to 3.45 megawatts of power and has an integrated transformer and switchgear. Then this is a product that we're launching this year, and another product that we're launching related to batteries is our LFP battery container, which goes up to 1.4 megawatt hours per 10-foot container.
So it's a real new product launch.
Exactly. So these, the medium voltage PCS solution and the LFP battery container are products that we're launching this year. And yeah, they're quite modular. They can be connected in multiples, ranging from a few megawatt hours to multiple hundreds.
For batteries, there's no doubt safety first. How are you covering the safety topic?
So all of these products that I mentioned and more, they are either CE or UKCA compliant. Some of the products are compliant with both. Depends on where we're going to sell the product to. And yeah, these markings are somewhat related to safety. You need to obtain certain certificates to reach those levels of compliance. Another important point is that our battery systems, they meet very strict standards, for instance, UL 9540A. And a key selling point or a key factor of our solutions is that our thermal management is one of the most advanced in the market, if not the most advanced, because we have a very granular approach to sensing temperature rises. So we can detect anywhere in the battery module if some cell temperature is going up, and the system can automatically act accordingly to avoid some repercussions of that thermal event. Another point that I would like to mention is that it's not directly related to safety, but it's quite important, is that our products are certified for multiple grid code regulations in various countries like UK, Germany, Netherlands, Spain, and so on and so forth.
So this is mostly hardware related. Actually, software also plays a key role when it comes to safety. Guy, please take me to the other side. This is your energy management system.
Correct. So that's DeltaGrid. DeltaGrid is a family or a platform where multiple packages, multiple products are connected together. We have DeltaGrid Energy Management or DeltaGrid EM. Have also DeltaGrid EV Management or EVM, which is what we see right here. And also an asset management platform called DeltaGrid O&M.
And AI. plays a big role in everything that is happening right now at the Smart AE. What is your take on AI?
We have AI in our products. For instance, right here we see a good example of it. At the bottom, we show charts of the building loads and how the system is behaving in different situations. And the system tries to predict how the load will be tomorrow, so how many EV chargers going to be used tomorrow, and perhaps even more importantly, how much PV power will be produced tomorrow, which is something that changes according to weather forecast. The system can make preparations for the day ahead or for the hours ahead, so there's always the most optimal usage of energy happening in a system like this.
You already said tomorrow. Tomorrow is a good keyword. I think your reference, your Hofdorp reference, is a sneak peek into the future of energy, into what is happening tomorrow. Could you give me a quick introduction of the Hofdorp project?
Sure. So in Hofdorp, we have PV panels and PV inverters on the roof. We have a battery energy storage system at the parking lot and 24 EV charging points. Together, they work in harmony with our energy management system, DeltaGrid EVM, which has special features for EV charging. For instance, limiting, prioritizing user management of EV charging sessions. And they work together in a way, as I mentioned, that the system is operating at an optimal condition. So the owner or operator of a system like this can save money in the electricity bill and also reduce carbon emissions.
So Guy, everything that we see here is live. The grid consumption, the PV generation, the energy storage activity, the building load, and also the charging activities.
Correct. And it's important to mention that it's live and cyber secure. This software complies with IEC cybersecurity standards. So everything that's running here is running with a lot of care about the data that's being transmitted. And maybe an overview of what we see here. Beyond the power flows, we have the savings that happened since the beginning of the month. A chart where we can see clearly here the amount of energy coming and going from different equipment over time. And the weather forecasting and load forecasting results at the bottom.
I'm really impressed. Is this a blueprint for external customers also, and for which kind of customers actually?
Absolutely. So a system like this, a solution like this, either the EMS only or the whole package with energy storage, with PV, etc., are, in our view, a very compelling value proposition because it enables an owner or operator of a commercial industrial facility to reduce emissions and reduce costs of operating a site with this system.
Guy, that was really impressive. We talked quite a bit about EV charging. I'm curious. I would like to go to the next stop. The next stop will be all about EV charging. We are now entering the charging world of Delta. I'm here with Jorge. He's a product manager at Delta. I'm particularly curious about which role companies actually play when it comes to EV charging.
Hi, Thomas. When it comes to EV charging, companies have a huge role to play in electrifying their fleet, whether it's charging at work with company car drivers or their electrification of their fleet for heavy-duty vehicles, logistic applications. It plays a huge role.
Which solutions are actually used?
For this type of application, the main solutions would be AC wall boxes, because for this use case, the EV drivers don't have to charge as fast as they want. They will stay in the building for 8 hours if they are a company car driver. They need to work. So mainly AC wall boxes from 11 to 22 kilowatt, Also maybe DC chargers in case there are visitors coming to the building and they will stay maybe just 2 hours, so DC charging stations will be good for that. Or even for the fleet, heavy duty vehicles, logistic, transportation, that they need to dispatch at different times, that will be also a good idea.
We've already discussed about the Hofdorf project. Which chargers are used in this great project?
Well, mainly the AC wall boxes that we have from 11 to 22 kilowatt, and also a few DC chargers from 50 to 500 that we have also we are also exhibiting here at the exhibition.
Which ones are you specifically showing here at the Smarter E?
Well, here we are exhibiting the DC Wallbox 50 and Slim 100, which the name gives a hint. They have 50 kilowatt output power and 100 kilowatt output power. Those are mainly used in commercial applications, also for overnight charging, truck charging. They fit really well for that use case. We are also showing our UFC 500, which is our flagship product.
Jorge, which are the biggest bottlenecks when it comes to ramping up DC charging?
That's a really good question. I would say the main two problems that we experience in the field would be the grid congestion or grid overload risk that can happen, and also the time it takes from the DSO to install the transformers and everything needed for the installation of the chargers. With this, we think that the best solution would be an overarching solution that with solar panels and inverters, energy storage system as the one that my colleague presented, and the EV charging solutions that we also have here, this would cover these for these challenges that you just mentioned.
If we listen to the EU Commission, we need 3.5 million new charging points until 2030. That means 8 times more than today. I also would like to share a short story from my own experience. Here in Munich, I live downtown Munich. Sometimes I have to look for more than 2 hours to find a free charging spot. And if I go to northern Italy, DC charging actually is a problem. There are often queues, you queue up, and it's big chaos. How can this be resolved?
Yeah, this is a current challenge on metropolitan areas in big cities. I would say that this not represent the majority of the population in Europe. The 3.5 million charging points that you were mentioning, it's also not representative of that we need 3.5 million charging stations, as the majority of publicly available charging stations have more than one output, more than one charging point in this case. So this target could be easily achieved, more easily than we thought. For your specific case, I would say that apartment building owners and landlords need to offer their tenants the possibility to charge on their place. But since this is not the case, the EV driver or the drivers in general need to change their mindset and adapt to the current situation, which is either charge at commercial parking spaces when they go grocery shopping or when they commute, or on the highway at publicly fast charging stations.
Let's talk about charging at highways. You're presenting a new baby here at the Smarter E. Can you show me your new product?
Yes, that would be the UFC 500. It's our flagship at the moment. Let's take a look at it. So, Thomas, here we are. This is our UFC 500, our newest baby, as you were saying. And this is a charger that offers you 500 kilowatt total output power. Simultaneous charging would be 250 and 250. You can charge 2 vehicles at the same time. Out of one plug, we achieve at the moment 460 with 500 amperes, non-liquid cool cables, and soon to be the 500 total output power out of one gun with 600 ampere and non-liquid cool cables.
EV fast charging is also about regulation. Could you give me a quick update? What is actually needed on the regulatory side for state-of-the-art fast chargers?
Yeah, that is really good. So with the AFIR regulation, the European regulation, we need to cover specific requirements, which would be offer the possibility to every charger, disregard if they have a cell phone or not, the possibility to pay. In the normal use case, the EV driver always has a contract, right, with an MSP, a mobile service provider, and they get a charging card, an RFID card. So that would be the normal use case. The European Commission has decided, okay, what happens to the ones that don't want to make a contract? So for that, they require the payment terminal, so we have covered that. Also, a requirement might be status light, so that people that are coming on the highway or driving by can know, is this charger available? Can I charge there? So we have covered that as well. And accessibility requirements such as cable management system, because the more power the charging points have, the thicker and heavier the cables are, right? So in order to make it more accessible for other people for charging, we have developed the cable management to help them connect the plug to their vehicle. Also on that side, specific for Germany, would be the Eichrecht, the German Eichrecht. And let me tell you that we have changed the design. We have here the meter windows in order to really meet and read the exact measurement that is going to the vehicle. And we are through the certification process at the moment with the target of achieving it really soon.
Everyone has to stick to these requirements. But what is it that makes Delta chargers unique?
That's a really good question, and I would say that electronic and components is at the DNA of Delta. Especially, we develop ourselves our rectifiers, our power modules, and with their silicon carbide technology at the moment, we achieve 97% efficiency and are well known to be reliable.
Thank you, Jorge. Thank you, Delta, for this interesting morning at your booth. I really enjoyed the booth tour. My recommendation, come by yourself. I will hang around a little bit longer at the Smart AE. See you there.